Welcome to my live stream. I'm mayohosko. Thank you so much for watching. We're still not building the Lego set that we were building earlier this week. We are back in the city like where we were yesterday, because there's some things that I want to put last minute put in the sitting before before I do the filming later. And also, I have some other plans today, which I'll talk about, and some other things I want to get into when there's more people in the chat. Yeah, I'm just looking down at some of the stuff on my floor. I need to clean some of that up as well. And also, I'm always willing to hear out people's ideas for stuff that they want to see in the sitting as well. So who do we have in chat so far? We have Parmesan, who was first. We have Tea Time, who's on a phone call right now. We have Owen. And that's everyone else. So hopefully we'll get some more people in the chat soon. Hope everyone's had a good day today. Yeah, everyone should make sure to hit that like button. Hopefully we can get 10 likes again. Recently we haven't been hitting that 10 like goal, so we got to get this stream to 10 likes. And I've been thinking about a whole bunch of other stuff that I've told some people in DMs today. And so some of that stuff has been on my mind. Hey Alexandria, good to see you here. We're back in the city again. And for those who don't know, the thumbnail I used for this live stream and what I edited to be the thumbnail of yesterday's live stream is, let me go get something very quickly. Wait, did I do that? Yeah, I did that. Let me go get something very quickly. Hey Billy, good to see you here. Oh, do we already have 6 likes? Let's get 4 more likes at least. And let me go and find something. Now, actually, I think I probably forgot to edit this before. So let me go and edit it very quickly. So I need to go to YouTube Studio. Oh, and I need to edit that as well. Yeah, we got 8 likes on yesterday's live stream. So we got to beat that. We got to get to 10 likes today. And if you want to see more of the Lego City after this stream, you can go back and watch yesterday's update if you didn't know. Sorry, yesterday's stream if you weren't there for that, or if you forgot to leave a like on that stream. Then you can go back and try get that up to 10 likes. Let me edit this. Okay, hopefully that comes up now. So I edited the links in the descriptions because some of you guys know that I'm on Instagram, and I posted this picture on Instagram yesterday. And hopefully that gets to 10 likes by the end of the weekend. We got to get this picture on Instagram to 10 likes. No, sorry, not this picture. We got to get this picture to 10 likes on Instagram by the end of the weekend. So if you are on Instagram, maybe you might want to follow me. The links are in the description below. Thank you for putting your alarm on for me. Yes, because the mayohosko streams are appointment viewing for people who care about me. Because I am developing a laundry list of people who do not give a shit about me anymore. And because I'm in the Lego City and there's all these streets around, that's got me thinking about two-way streets on social media again. It's got me thinking. Anyway, I need better lighting in here. Okay, there's nothing in there I can use, but I think there might be stuff over there that I can use. Hey Zelda, good to see you here, buddy. Let me move out of the way. Hey Candy, good to see you here. I got some things to say whenever I go get the stuff. I need to move some stuff out of the way as well. Ugh. What can I move? And where do I have space? Yeah, because I want to put something more substantial in this area. So I need like something small and compact just to fill that space a little bit more. And I have something that got destroyed that I wish I hadn't, which I wish it hadn't gotten destroyed. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, so I've been thinking about some of the smaller builds that I have. So I was trying to get past the camera. And I remembered that I had this castle thing. So we're going to put this into the city. And I'm going to take it off its green base. Because I was moving some stuff on my build table the other day. And I remembered that this outpost thing was just there. So we're going to put it into the city. Because I'm not doing anything with this space right here, so it's going to go there. But I do gotta make sure that these swords won't get in the way. It's kind of hard with the way this is positioned. Yeah, the bottom of these swords, they protrude beyond the bottom row of studs. So I think I need some plates to go underneath there. Hey, Johnny, you are definitely not first. We are in the city. Yesterday I did the stream in the city. Today I'm doing the stream in the city because I got to film a city update later. And then I got to upload my city update in less than 24 hours. So Yeah, so in 19 hours and 15 minutes time, I will be that's when my city update will be uploaded. And so you're seeing some of the goings on yesterday and right now that I'm either adding to the city or changing to the city. So people who saw the live streams will see the real time changes. So I need to get some plates to offset the length of those swords. Actually, you know what? I have these brown 2x4 plates. That should do the trick. Yeah, that does the trick, because now you can see that the plates actually. Let me get that straight. Because now you see that by a hair of a millimeter or whatever, the plates are below the bottom of the swords. So rotate this around and angle this down ever so slightly. But I do got to angle it so that it's not touching the studs. There we go. That's good. So that's going to go there in the city. And hey, Silent Mode, good to see you, buddy. We got 10 likes right now. So I want to talk about some things because we've got a decent sized audience, and I'll angle this up, get you a different angle. So get you a different shot of the sitting, trying to get as many shots as possible so that it doesn't get too boring. So some things that I wanted to say is that one, I have a it's going to go back to the question of the day. I haven't done questions of the day in a while. So my question of the day is, have you been keeping up with the drama with the Lego Ambassador Network, primarily the stuff centered around Brixie quitting LAN? That's the question of the day. Have you been keeping up with that LAN drama? Because I've been talking with other people who have also kept up with that drama, and I have a lot of things to say about that. But I want to hear what you guys have to say about that first. Because the drama isn't for everyone, but it is for me. Because decisions that were made impact what I watch on YouTube. So seeing what everyone's saying. So we got a 50-50 split. What about the Brick Hive logo? What are people saying? Silent Mode is rendering some videos. The Insectoids theme does have some good sets. Well, I didn't get to it because there weren't a lot of viewers. We got viewers here now, which is why I'm talking about it. Yeah, so half of you guys have kept up, half of you haven't. So what happened is Brixie quit the LAN, and that got a lot of people talking about that. And my thoughts are, I'm glad that he quit the Lego Ambassador Network, not because he's an asshole, not because he rubs people the wrong way, not because he causes controversy, not because he's said some tone deaf stuff in the past. Not for any of that. I'm glad he quit LAN, because that means he's going to be uploading more stuff that I'm interested in. He was saying that he quit LAN for because it was a business decision. And the reality of that business is what's good for me is he gets more views on the videos he uploads that I care about. And we got 10 likes. Yay. Let's re-up the like goal to 15, everybody. Let's get to 15 likes. That'll be awesome. And so, because I only care about Brixie when he does stuff with mocks or his layouts or his city. I don't care about his reviews, always shopping videos, always family lifestyle vlogs. I don't care about any of that shit. What I care about is seeing him being creative, which is why I watch dozens and dozens of people who do city updates. I like seeing people be creative. I can separate the art from the artist, which the more I talk to people, the more I see people who can't do that. And that's their decision. Personally, I think you're kind of limiting yourself and you're kind of putting yourself in an echo chamber, a silo, a bubble when you decide to do that. But hey, there's more and more people I'm seeing who are trapping themselves in an echo chamber, a silo, a bubble. Me personally, I like to see what everyone has to say about anything that I'm interested in, and that's why I encourage people in the chat to talk about stuff, because you guys might know or be interested in stuff that I either didn't hear about or didn't bother to research about, and we can have those good conversations. You guys can take me out of the realm of whatever I'm paying attention to. Someone's beeping their horn. Yeah, because a lot of you guys have sparked good conversations in the past that I didn't think about until it was spoken. And so, like, I have a problem with people who don't want to go outside their comfort zone. But that's a whole nother story we can get into another day. But back to Brixing, I like seeing his creativity in the same way I like seeing my friends be creative. And so, hey, if you're going to make a business decision, which means you're going to do more content where you're expressing your creativity, fine by me. Fine by me, because that's the reason why I subscribed to your channel. And so, with all the land drama, there was also Alex Nunes who made a response video to all of that. And then there were people who made responses to that response video. And there were then other people who made replies to their response of a response. Some people know what I'm talking about, and so you don't have to read between the lines of what I'm saying. I'll keep that stuff between you and me. You know who you are. But it's like I like to be as neutral as possible. I'm a swing voter in real life. I don't pledge my allegiance to one side of the political football, and I'm not going to be a sheep mind. I'm not going to just live in my own realm. I'm not going, how do I put this? I'm not going to be that guy who only pays attention to one side of the argument. I want to hear both sides of the argument so that I can make an opinion for myself, think critically, not be biased, like I've seen other people who have either a hidden agenda or agendas that they are happy to shout from the rooftops. I don't want to be part of that mob mentality. I don't want to drink Haterade. I want to drink the Gatorade. And so I find it really fascinating seeing both sides of the argument in a lot of things within the Lego community right now. And I'm always talking with people about both sides of the argument, because as a content creator who needs stuff to talk about on their live streams, I like to talk with other people to formulate my thoughts, to formulate my opinions. So I have stuff that I think is meaningful to talk about in these live streams. And then I like to hear what the audience has to say, so we can all share thoughts with each other, because I value what my viewers have to say. And what I don't put as much stock into is when someone says something out of nowhere, when they don't know the context, when they don't pay any attention to something or someone, they just come out of nowhere and want to excoriate people just because they're a keyboard warrior, or they're that stereotype of the loser living in their mum's basement. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why people would want to express their disapproval or their disagreement with someone or something online. And hey, you do you. I'm not going to control what you say. I just have my thoughts, and I think that some people on both sides of the argument end up overreacting. Some people want to be on the aggressive, and some people want to be on the defensive, and it's too much sometimes. It's too much. What are other people saying? And I'm happy that you're happy that I'm live, Owen. Lego is good. And I do try to share a lot of stuff I'm talking about. Exactly, we do need creativity in the hobby, which is why I enjoy seeing my friends and other people who I think are talented express their creativity. I don't know what that 1920s Lego City is. Can you give me more context? Yeah, that's the reaction to the reaction I was talking about, Johnny. And granted, there was a little bit of overreaction in there, but there was also a bit of speaking truth to power. Because just because I like someone doesn't mean I'm going to do the thing that some people do and just say, "Oh, I like this thing, or I like this person, so I'm going to get triggered anytime it gets or they get criticized." I'm not going to be that guy. No one is perfect. No one is the best person in the world. No one is the king of the world. We all have our flaws. Some people hold themselves accountable. Some people own up to their mistakes. If some people get called out, they'll admit to being in the wrong. It's happened to me. It's happened to other people I know. The most important thing about that is to try and find peace by extending the olive branch, or breaking bread, or coming to the realization that you're wrong and trying to make things better. And then hopefully you can move forward happily, being on common ground, or in agreement that something was wrong, and so you try not to repeat the same mistakes. Yeah, I'd like to know the name of that 1920s city person. Yeah, there's a lot of people with a lot of creativity. Are you still on your phone call at tea time? Hope you enjoyed building that microscale, a Diagon Alley, or whatever you were building. Yeah, I don't see a lot of people including subways in their cities because it's hard to put stuff underneath their tables. Yeah, and if anyone and actually, it would be more helpful to DM me the name of whoever you're talking about, because a DM leaves a paper trail. A YouTube live chat, it doesn't. Hey, Big Nate Bricks, good to see you here, buddy. We're just talking about the Lego Ambassador Network and Brixie and Alex Nunes and the mob mentality, and some of the and all sorts of the different arguments. I have a lot of thoughts, and so I'd love to know everyone else's thoughts about all of the land drama and the state of creativity within the community and all the infighting or the disagreements or the keyboard warriors or the shills or the apologists or the suck ups in the community. I'm all for it. Lay it on me. Um, yeah, you can do that after the stream, Alexandria. I wouldn't want to send you down the rabbit hole or anything. Um, yeah, I wanna. You know it, buddy. So, actually, that's a segue. If you go to my homepage and you go to the stuff I have linked on my homepage, you'll see a link to my train channel if anyone's interested in watching my train stuff. Um, yeah, Brixie used to have an elevated rail in his city, but it's hard. It's hard to do that because you got to thread the needle, and it's easier to do it with the monorail because the loading gauge of a monorail is smaller. I watch other people who also have elevated trains in their city. It's nice, but they're always talking about in their city updates how they always have to try and thread the needle whenever they want to move stuff around. So it's one of those things where do the benefits outweigh the burdens? Something you have to think about when you're trying to design a city, which is why I'm not bothering with elevated trains. Some people don't bother with trains at all in their cities. I will never not build a city again without trains because I embody that meme from years ago. I like trains, and also, and also, I think it's a fun challenge to incorporate them at least on the perimeter of a city. Um, we got 12 likes so far. Let's get to 15. What do you mean you're not part of the community, Silent? The Brick Guru. Okay, the Brick Guru. Someone's going to have to remind me about the Brick Guru at the end of the stream. And Nate, are you talking about the Shark Crystal Cave set from Aquazone? Yeah, well, anyone out there in the Jungle group chat has the invite to come on to this stream if they want to. Yeah, everyone's got a little bit of bulk in their city. Yeah, I'll try to remember the Brick Guru. Anyway, yeah, so that was a long tangent. And so actually something I'm going to do is I'm going to shift the camera around and you're going to see my face because I have to say that after this stream, I'm hitching a ride to the mall. I'm going to get a haircut because my hair is ridiculously long, and I'm going to shave my beard. So this is the last time for a while you're going to see me with a beard. Anyway, just wanted to say that. Let me spin this around. So I can get something else from the table. I have to. Oh, someone's here. Who's here? Oh, it's Nate.
Hey, hey.
Hey, hey. Trying to find something else on the table. There's some minifigures in a tray thing that I need to try and get out of here. And there's a building as well that's been broken apart. I need to move some of the junk that's around here.
That's everybody's problem. Not enough space.
Exactly. Yeah, I do have a beard, and I only shave it every 3 months. It's been 4 months, and I haven't shaved it yet. Anyway, how's life, Nate?
Been good. Been busy. Just got
I
back
think
from
Johnny.
took a little spring break with the kids.
Oh, okay. Hope they had fun.
Yeah, we did good. We went out to the beach. Went out to the coast for the week. Yeah, now we're back. We're starting to spring clean and purge the house for the yard sale coming up next month.
Billy's saying, wish his house grew every time, bought more stuff home. I think everyone wants that.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So I will say for the record, I'm gonna shave my beard and get a haircut after the stream. What I'm not going to do is shave my mustache because I'm growing that out to shave it off for charity for Movember. Whenever my channel gets monetized, I'm going to be doing a charity stream.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I've been growing my mustache for about 2.5 years now. My mustache is the only hair that I don't cut.
Don't trim.
Anyway, Johnny was saying something about your Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on right now.
Yeah, because there's a lot of green stuff on your table.
Yeah, this is move the camera. Right. This is my crystal cave mock that goes under my Castle Grayskull.
Ah, that's what you were talking about with the crystal cave.
Right, yeah. So yeah, I'm working on building up some green kind of stuff on the sides, but I don't want to box the whole thing in.
Yeah. So when you finish that mock, you'll be able to say, "I have the power," like what He-Man says.
Right.
Looks
Yeah,
like
we got lights in it and everything.
so. Just trying to take your full screen. This isn't. These things are. Come on, What's going on here? No, that's not the right button. These buttons are disappearing on me. There we go.
Yeah.
Don't know what happened there.
Throws me off when you guys do this different live stream display. So this is like a real live stream.
This is on the Shorts algorithm.
Mm.
That's
Okay,
what
rather
vertical.
than like a live video.
Yeah, that's what vertical streams are. They're on the Shorts algorithm. Everyone wishes they had more storage space for everything. Alexandria likes your cave.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I need to find some places for some of this stuff. Because I got some palm tree leaves that I need to get back into the city. Because I had assembled a whole bunch of trees a while ago,
Right.
but I never put them into the sitting. And so I was thinking yesterday that I do need to get some of these trees into the city because otherwise it doesn't look all that green. And I forgot what I did with some of my other trees. And I'm not going to get them now because they're probably in a different location. But some people might remember that I have this fire helicopter that's from 1991 that I tried to piece back together a few years ago because it was one of my first sets ever.
Should find most of the parts.
What's kind of tricky is that the yellow hose pieces over time they kind of get bent out of shape, and the yellow hoses that I have just don't want to connect anymore because they're so old.
What is it, like the opening where the stud should go into the end? The connection?
Yeah, because if anyone has those hose pieces, the stud connections don't have a lot of clutch power in them. Also, hello, Sunny Cat, drawing and gaming. I can't remember if I've seen you in my streams before, so welcome to the mayohosko stream. I'm just doing stuff in my city, and we got Big Nate Bricks as a guest right now. He's working on a Masters of the Universe mock. I'm making last-minute changes in my Lego city before I film an update later today, before I upload a city update tomorrow.
So on the hoses, have you tried putting them in some boiling water for a few seconds and then trying to mold them around the stud?
Oh no, but does that technique add some sort of suction power or something?
No, but it'll kind of relax the plastic for just a second, and then you can get it to fit on what you want, and then cool it off real quick.
Okay. I'll have to try run some of my hoses through some boiling water now.
Yeah, you like 10 seconds. Like it's not a lot. Like you don't boil them for a long time. You just let them sit in there just so the plastic just kind of relaxes.
Yeah, so there must be some sort of chemical reaction with the heat.
Right.
Okay. I'll have to
It
experiment
doesn't
with
work on bricks and stuff, but it'll work on like the softer, pieces.
I'll have to try that now. Also, hey Britton, you're saying just saw that I was live. Oh, you were returning comment. You left in the cool car. Okay, yeah, I watched that. So, Britton, are you going to be available on Thursday, the 30th of April? I sent you a DM. I'm still waiting for a response. I'm also waiting on responses from Odelay. If someone can get in touch with Odelay and tell him to answer his DMs, that would be appreciated as well. Well, if Sean wants an invite, I'd be happy to send him an invite now. If any of you guys out there also want an invite, be happy to invite you as well. Johnny likes what you're building, Nate.
Yeah, he's been asking for it. Him and MJ. They have a little thing for this mock.
They must be fans of Masters of the Universe.
I'm not gonna lie, that's right.
Oh crap! I just spilled something. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a spare red 1x8 plate around here, but I do want to position this helicopter on top of one of the buildings. That's a helicopter. Actually, you know what? It's not the trees that I've been making, but I did just find this snow tree. Maybe it can take the snow stuff off and try to repurpose it for this palm tree as a placeholder. Gonna have to do some surgery to get oh, okay, that slid out easier than what I thought it was going to be. Let me try and insert it into this tree. Okay. Yeah, because I've misplaced some of the builds for the trees that I was building this year. But yeah, let's see if we can incorporate this palm tree. You know what, let's put the palm tree here. It's going to go right there. If I can move this down. It's going to go right here. You can barely see my hand and my finger. Apologies about that. And let's position these bricks right there. And which roof do I want to put this helicopter on? I know it's incomplete, but I don't care. Let's put it at the top of the Daily Mayo. And let's spin the blades around. There. Now it's on top of the Daily Mayo. Yeah, I've seen all your uploads, so I don't blame you for spending your time editing. Also, it's not just me that's trying to get hold of Odelay. Okay. Yeah, maybe he just doesn't. Maybe he's one of the many people I know who are kind of slow to answer their DMs. A 12-hour shift. Gee, I don't think my body would be cut out to working for that long. You must have good strength to deal with that long of a shift. Yes, trees.
Mhm.
Anything else? Um, not sure if there's anything else, because anything else that I would want to add needs more repairs than what I'm prepared to do before I have to film later. Actually, I do have this Paradisa minifigure from the minifigure vending machine, and there should be another one in here as well. Yeah, there's the other one. So I'm going to place these minifigures to where I'm going to put my Paradisa box eventually, just to help. What's the word? To help reinforce for people watching my city updates that I still have Paradisa plans in the back of my mind. What are people saying? Okay, I get that. I get that, Sonny. Johnny really wants you to do insectoid stuff, Nate. Are you there, Nate?
Sectoids.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he's
wants to.
not lying though. That Snake Mountain. I mean, it's like 3,600 small pieces.
Um, um, okay, did something get lost in translation then, Johnny? Britain wants to know what you're up to, Nate.
He's asking what I'm up to. I'm building a mock for my Mega Blocks Castle Grayskull set to sit on top of. So I'm building a crystal cavern that goes underneath the Castle Grayskull.
And I need to put some of these minifigures back together. Oh, does that? Oh, I just found out this policeman has a whole bunch of imprints that have been stamped or something. It's like someone pressed some studs or something into the back. That's a little bit of damage. Oh well. Gonna have Steve positioned in front of those and gonna have the policeman looking at the metal beard. But what's this thing? What's this doing here? Oh, that's a
Sure,
spell
sure.
tile. That's a spell tile thing. Gonna have that. You know, gonna have Steve holding this spell tile. Maybe he's using that for the enchantment table from Minecraft or something. I just have some random minifigures around here that don't really have a purpose. I'm going to put these Paradisa minifigures in the city because they do serve a purpose. So let's bring it around here. I'm gonna have them positioned on the Ninjago City Gardens shrine, a gazebo thing. Oh, there's another tree here. I can try put this tree somewhere in the city. Yeah, so if I move this around, I got a line of rocks back here, and in front of those rocks is going to be where the Paradisa stuff and the airport is. Maybe I have some debris in the junk pile that I can use.
How many tables do you have for your city layout now?
I got 6. The IKEA 2 feet by 1 meter tables. I would have 3 more tables in here, but until we move some of this junk out of the way, I haven't been able to expand my city to a 2 meter by 3 meter area. Right now, I'm just operating at 6 feet by 3 meters. And yes, I do know that's a mix of imperial and metric measurements.
Why are you doing 3? Why 6 feet by 3 meters? Like,
Yeah, because one foot is about 30 centimeters, and the IKEA tables are 60 centimeters wide, so that's about 2 feet.
okay, I got you.
Yeah.
And to answer Burton Bricks, yes, I do have an idea of what this is supposed to look like, but nothing I build ever ends up the way I want it to. So we're just kind of winging it. So
I almost broke some IKEA tables once. Sonny, you gotta be careful when kneeling on it if you're trying to screw in the legs, because like the IKEA tables I went with, I opted to buy the legs separately from the Linbon table, so I could get the Olive extendable legs. The default legs that come with the pre-assembled tables is the Adil's legs, which go up to 2 feet tall. The Olive extendable legs I use, I set it at I think 76 centimeters, which means that I can store 2 of my orange storage drawers underneath. If I just went with the 2 feet high Adil's legs, I could only store 1 of them. So I spent the extra money, and it was about $7 more per leg, just so I could get the extra storage capability.
yeah, this table I'm building on, I've deliberately made to where it holds 2, 3, 4 regular size storage totes, 2 high on each side, so it holds 16 storage totes underneath the table. Because you gotta have room to work around what you're doing.
I'm gonna try putting another tree. What did I do? Come on, there it is. I'm gonna try putting another tree into the city, and let's put this other tree next to this castle outpost thing, just to fill up that empty space. Exactly. Whenever something is damaged or incomplete in my city, Sunny, I try to position it where my camera angles can't find it. Trans neon colors are good, Johnny. Yeah, Britain. Nate does have a lot of stuff on his table right now. Um, and Sonny thinks you
Welcome to
mock.
my.
Cool. Britain says some of his old vintage parts are also damaged, but that's cool because then he can explain why those parts are usually damaged and why their purpose was to be for the part broke. I'm not sure. I understand that. Example is the very fine pin in the vintage truck plates. They have the old steering hole in them. It's fascinating. It's fascinating what those pins did and why they put them in there. Yeah, because they cared about being able to steer the stuff back then. Really, only the Technic vehicles care about including steering functions these days.
Right.
Oh, that sounds painful, Sonny. Yes, indeed, Alexandra. Thank goodness. What about the Red Sea? Now that you mention it, Sonny. Yeah. And something I said on yesterday's video stream is that eventually I might try find a spot in my city where a water tower can go, just so that I can have a designated resting spot for my bottle when I'm out here.
All right.
Because
So,
once,
Mel, here's a question for you.
yeah,
What do the water towers look like where you are?
um, the water towers near me. Well, there was really only one near the two places where I used to live. There's not really a water tower out where I am because the neighborhood I live in now is a recycled water neighborhood. But back when I was living elsewhere, it was these tan. I guess they were sand. They were sandstone cylindrical cool buildings. Um, that had a little bit of overhang at the top, and it's kind of like one smaller diameter cylinder on the bottom, and then a larger diameter cylinder at the top, normally made from a sandstone looking thing, although I'm not sure if it actually is sandstone. I know that a lot of American water towers are kind of like a corrugated steel structure with a white ball on top.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everything here looks like a spear, you know,
Yeah,
4 or 5 stories up on pillars.
yeah, the white sphere. Because I think of the water tower where they spray painted the marijuana plant on in the that episode of that '70s show.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah, and I've seen like on college game day where they have the aerial shot from the helicopter presented by Goodyear tires, and they fly over the water tower, and that's what I've seen a lot of water towers in college towns look like. Yeah, so it's a very different architecture, but I'm also guessing it depends on whatever ever a decade the water tower was built in. Like a water tower in the West Plains of Texas would be different from the forests of bear country.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, they're all made for the region they're. I guess they're all designed for the needs for the region they're in. Where we're at, we're we're next to a river, so they don't need to be too big. They don't need to store a lot of water because we have a resource, but they do have to stay so many floors up so that you get the water pressure to, third story, fourth story buildings.
Yeah, because you and a bunch of other people don't live too far away from the Ohio River, right?
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I doubt I'm a mile from it where I'm at. It takes longer to drive there, but like straight line, yeah, probably a mile from it.
Yeah, and like with the Ohio River, I was fascinated when I read that a lot of the coal that gets trafficked near there is actually on barges instead of trains. I was also equal. My mind was equally blown when I realized that instead of trains going all the way to the coast for the corn and the grain exporters, a lot of the corn and grain from the Midwest and all of the river systems that go to the Mississippi and Ohio, instead of all the way trains to the coast, they exchange them on barges. I was fascinated when I read that.
Yeah, I'd say barges are 90% of the traffic we see on the river around here. Because we also here in Louisville we have the locks where they used to have the falls. So now there's a lock system. So they all have to come through right next to downtown and go through the lock system to carry on down if they want to go down through Illinois or Mississippi.
Yeah, because the main river in our country used to have a lot of cargo go barges to transport goods up and down the river. But then when they built all of the interstate highways, it was quicker for them to transport it via the roads than on water. So I never see cargo barges on our rivers anymore.
Right.
Because the river where we're at, really the only watercraft you see is is from is from tourists because they're good vacation spots. But to know that the Ohio River and the Mississippi River is a part of bulk American exports, that blew my mind when I went down that rabbit hole. Because like even some of the canals in England, they don't transport goods on there anymore on barges.
Right.
So the fact that the US is still interconnected that way, where watercraft is cheaper, kind of like going back to the future, if you ask me. But I've always been interested in harbours, which is why to the right side of my sitting, that's where the harbour's going to go. There's stuff,
Nice.
there's stuff in the way right now, but eventually I want to get a harbour and a beach on the right side of my city because that's where it was when I was in previous locations and when the city was on the floor. What some people saying. Um, we're all trying to be creative. Yeah, there's some good music in his videos, Johnny. We're on Fibber Island. Um, um, a box stomp is probably my favorite. He did that one video with box stomp in the background. That's one of my most memorable that he did. And he did a whole video about the mock for Fibber Island that he took to Brickfair, Alabama, or something. That was years ago. Sonny's saying something about Octonauts, Hawaiian Punch, toilet paper, and Cheerios. Enjoy the rest of your shift, Sean.
Hawaiian Punch toilet.
Oh. Okay, that's an inside joke that I don't understand then. Just looking around to see if there's anything else. There's another tree down here. What's this about? What's this connected to? I might be able to incorporate this tree into the city as well. Getting these leaves aligned. Yeah, this tree would look good here. There's nothing going on in this spot. Let me twist you around to see where I'm trying to screw this down. There we go, now the studs are connected. So you'll see some of these additions as close-ups in my city update tomorrow. Nine hours to go, that is so long. You might have to explain the Red Sea thing to me tomorrow, Alexandria. Because I could think of a whole lot of connotations and innuendo about and references about the Red Sea.
Hey, Mayo, I'm gonna have to jump off, Bubba.
Okay, enjoy the rest of your night and putting together that mock.
All right. Thank you for having me on for a few minutes. Appreciate it.
Always a good time.
All right. Catch you later, buddy.
Bye. Yes, I was talking about that stuff, about how I'm absolutely fascinated about the cargo barges on the Ohio River and the Mississippi River, because the more I look at my city, the more I miss having the harbor and the beach. And I think I'll slide this down so that you can get a better idea. And it's tough to slide my chair like this, so you're going to have to bear with me. Ugh. Ouch. Yeah. So back there where that yellow crane is. Let me see. Over there. That yellow crane marks out where the rails get straight, because there's a junction at the back of my sitting over there behind the Daily Mayo right here, where you can see my hands waving up and down. There's a junction back there. The left turn is for the main line, which will come across this road right here, which will actually be access to the harbour, where I'm currently storing the wreck of the Friends Grand Hotel right here. And where some of these other Friends buildings are, it's going to be where some industrial type buildings will eventually go. And where I've got the carrot farm right now is going to be part of the water. And where I've got this Forestman's treehouse right here. Let me turn the camera a little bit there. Is where part of the beach is gonna go. And I'm going to have to build sand dunes and hills, around here, so that to act as a tunnel over the railway line, so have grass hills on the city side and sand dunes on the beach side. So that you have to climb over the hills on a pathway to get to the beach. And so if anyone's ever seen some of my old city updates where I have the trains running around, you might get a vague picture of how tall those trains are. So I have to have it to where the loading gauge is enough for clearance of those trains to get underneath the hill inside the tunnel. Yes, stomp box, they might be giants. Okay, well, I might have to see that whenever I go back to that channel, because yesterday I was listening to last week's episode of the A-Full podcast when I was doing some gaming. And when I was doing more gaming today, I was listening to their episode 150.5, when they were going back and reading the comments of an older episode that they didn't cover. I was listening to that while I was gaming. And then some other person uploaded a podcast, so I was doing more gaming to that. And when I come home after I finish shaving my beard and getting my hair cut, I'm going to be listening to more podcasts. I've got Clicking Clips podcast, and I've got the podcast by the Brickbod still lined up to listen to when I get home. Yeah, well, you're right about that, Zizou. If you watch my City Update playlist in reverse, then it is down. Then it is a down date, not an update. Which is why I ordered the order of that playlist to be from my oldest City Updates to my newest City Updates. So you're seeing the updates in chronological order. Yeah. So yeah. And Parmesan is back. Yeah, so I think I've added everything that I think I can add to the sitting that I'm prepared to add. Because added added a few trees and added a little castle build that was on my table, not doing anything that can fill some empty space. Yeah, well, if you're down for an update, then you can look forward to what I'm uploading tomorrow. Because it is 11:45 a.m. Australian Central Standard Time, which is after, which is now 10:15 North American Eastern Daylight Time. And so I will be uploading in. So that means I'll be uploading in 18 hours. Yeah, in 18 hours and 45 minutes. So if you have the notification bell turned on for the mayohosko channel, then you'll get notified. And if your notifications are broken, just search your subscription box when you search on YouTube, and eventually you'll see me in it. Yeah, because Parmesan is in the same time zone as Western Australia, as is Foggy Moggy. They're also in the same time zone as Western Australia. Yes, the Brick Guru. Yeah, which is in the depths of the morning, because I start my streams at 4 a.m. in British summertime. Back when I'm in daylight savings, and Sean is in Greenwich Mean Time. I start at 2 a.m. for him and Owen. So I'm just doing some other things in the background. Yeah. We're probably going to cut this stream at 90 minutes, unless anyone else comes into the chat before then. Yeah, so that's basically everything I needed to do in the city. It's just gone 3 a.m. for you. Well, that doesn't make sense. I thought I started at 2 a.m. No, sorry, I thought I started at 4 a.m. where you're at. Let me check. I'm confusing myself. Oh, okay. It is after 3 a.m. So I thought I started at 2 a.m. No, sorry. I thought I started at 2 a.m. in the summer. Did I start at 4 a.m. in the summer for you? Anyway. Yes, it's still missing the letters. I need to get I need to get the I and the L back. They fell off. Fortunately, the I and the L are the simplest letters for me to build. They got lost somewhere. I need to find them again and put them back together. Yeah, I know time goes backwards. No, because you guys went forward a week before we went backwards. That's how being in the Southern Hemisphere works. Because we had our 25-hour day. Yeah. We had our 25-hour day because our 25-hour day is the first Sunday of April, and the UK's 23-hour day is the last Sunday of March. Yeah, I need to go back and fact check myself, because we just got into a little bit of confusion, and I don't want to be feeding anyone misinformation or anything. So anyway, if anyone's got anything they want to say or any questions they want to ask for the next 9.5 minutes, have at it. Because after the stream, I'm taking a shower and I'm going to shave my beard. I do need to fact check that. Because I always make sure to start my live streams at 9 p.m. Eastern in North America. And it doesn't matter if they're in daylight saving or in standard time. It doesn't matter if I'm in daylight saving or standard time. I always make sure to go live at 9 p.m. Eastern in North America, because that's where the majority of my audience is from. So it stays the same for my core audience. I move my times around them, because that's where the eyeballs are. Because it's kind of like what people in pop culture say, if you can make it in America, you can make it anywhere. If you can make it in New York, you can make it in America. And if you can strike oil in Texas or Saudi Arabia, you can make it anywhere as well. Are you trimming your beard, or is it going? Yeah, I always trim my beard. I don't go for a full shave. I like to leave a little bit of stubble. So I don't like to have a completely lean. I don't like to have a completely naked chin like I used to. And also I realized that just a trim instead of a trim and a shave is quicker for me to get it done. So I'll never be 100% the baby face because I only trim. I don't shave after my trim. But the trimmer I have, it acts like a weed whacker in one fell swoop in different patches on my chin, because the blades are that thin and that short that I can make a deep cut in one fell swoop. Kind of like when you're painting a house, you paint in stripes. That's what I try to do when I trim my beard. Because I see other people, when they trim and then shave, they leave no stone unturned because they don't like to have stubble. When I trim, I like to leave a little bit of stubble behind, because otherwise I'm just spending time being a perfectionist. I need to be a perfectionist about my mocks. I don't need to be a perfectionist about my facial hair. Exactly. Trimming takes my trim probably takes three minutes of grooming. If I was to shave on top of that, it would easily quadruple the time for me. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's half the truth, because there are people around the world who don't know squat what's going on in New York, but everyone in the US knows what's going on in New York. So the theory is, first you conquer New York, then you conquer the US, then you conquer the world, which is how Jay-Z made the Yankee hat more famous than a Yankee can. And now every time I go into downtown of my city, aka the CBD, you got your people wearing your Yankees caps, you got your people wearing your Lakers caps, and then you got people wearing your Raiders caps. Because the Dallas Cowboys may be America's team, but the Oakland, Los Angeles, Oakland, Las Vegas Raiders are the world's team, or however their marketing is. And the Philadelphia Eagles are today's team. The Kansas City Chiefs are yesterday's team. Because people got so sick and tired of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift before they engaged. Yeah, I'm also a Denver Broncos fan as well, which is why I was so glad to see them progress so far under head coach Sean Payton. Because the 14th overall pick in the draft, Bo Nix, from a couple years ago, is under his tutelage. If he hadn't had gotten injured, guarantee we would have gone to the Super Bowl, and we would have put up a braver fight against the Seahawks than what New England did. Exactly, fly Eagles fly. One of the happiest days of my life was Monday, the week before Valentine's Day 2 years ago. Because I was ride or die Saquon Barkley that whole season, and seeing him with multiple 70-yard rushes on that season. I think he broke the record for 70-plus yard rushes or 50-plus yard rushes in a single season. And we rode Saquon Barkley all the way to the Super Bowl, to the point where the Chiefs sold out to stop the run, which meant that Jalen Hurts could go to work flinging the football to A.J. Brown, who's probably going to get traded on the 1st of June, and Devonta Smith en route to winning Super Bowl MVP, making all of the Cowboys fans in Dallas insecure about Dak Prescott. Yeah, the Dallas Cowgirls are the most overrated team in the US by far. Once upon a time, it was the New York Knicks, but now it's the Dallas Cowboys. By far. Well, I'm glad that you're not a Dallas fan anymore. The Houston Texans deserve more people's support than what the Cowboys do. I'll just say that. I have a bunch of friends who live near Houston. Yeah, so I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan because my dad followed Michael Vick throughout his career when he got out of jail, and had some decent seasons with the Eagles when LeSean McCoy and Jeremy Maclin were on the team, and he grew up watching John Elway sail off to the sunset in Denver. Which is why the Eagles are my team in the NFC and the Broncos are my team in the AFC. Yeah, so the Dolphins are also a recognized team because of how I'm blanking on the quarterback. How Dan Marino is probably the greatest player ever to never win a Super Bowl. And consequently, the Miami Dolphins have not done shit since Dan Marino retired. Anyway, thank you for watching this stream. It is appreciated. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. I may or may not be live tomorrow, but I'll definitely be uploading a city update tomorrow. So I'll see you on my next live stream, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.